Hey everyone, this is Paul McManus, and I'm here today with Shane Walls, President of Advisor Bridge Asset Management. How are you doing, Shane?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. So Shane and I were just talking about, Shane works with a lot of developers, builders, and investors, and they're always looking for more sources of equity that they can invest into their projects. Shane, how do you help them get that equity?
Well, I do it a couple of different ways, but one way that most of the time I find, and I found this the other day, I'll just tell you, it's quicker to tell you a story, but I met with some guys, they're developers and builders in the Austin area, and they've got a bunch of projects, they're growing, and they've got more projects that they're doing. They got a couple of projects that they're about to buy in Houston, and they're lacking, equity investors. And so that's kind of what I do. I connect my clients, new clients I have, to them. But the one thing that I'm seeing over and over, with each one of these guys that I meet with, is that they've got equity sitting right underneath them most of the time. So, and what I mean by that is they have a 401k profit sharing plan, and they got about $500,000 in it, and they had it with ADP. And so, I just kind of laughed and I said, well, you guys want to use that money? And they kind of laughed too, thinking, that I was pulling their leg, but I wasn't, because, we got done. I'm going to turn that plan into a self-directed plan, and they can use the assets that are in that plan into their own projects.
That's fantastic.
So there's one, there's part of some equity for a deal, but I mean, so, what I did is I showed them, I said, okay, you guys you're maxing out your 401ks, but I said, I dissected it, and I said, you can actually put in, a couple $100,000 a year more than that to really get that thing growing over the years. So that can be a whole piece of equity for one of their big projects. That's a $20 million project. So, right. I'm teaching them how to build. Every company I'm working with, I'm teaching them how to build a really big piece of equity for their own deals. And that way if they've got employees, they can get involved in their own real estate deals, which are, pretty much blowing away the returns that the stock market's getting right now, which is what most of them would like to do. They just don't know that that's available.
So as you're saying, one, they already have equity that they can invest in their own deals that they're sitting on, that they just haven't realized yet. Secondly, though, do you also help these builders and developers bring on other parties that can invest in these projects?
I do, and that's become one of my specialties and one of my main niches. So I partner with those guys, and so I have plenty of projects going on at all times for my clients. So I've converted a lot of my clients over. More, I'm still working on that converting other ones over, just because we've all been busy. But yeah, having it where we can diversify their portfolios and invest in some stuff that you get some much better returns on. So I'm really up in the game in that area. So I'm looking to take on new clients, and finding IRA money, 401k money, cash balance plan money that can be invested in some much better alternatives than the stock market. So that is what I'm focused on right now, and that's where I'm kind of going with my firm.
This is fantastic. Now, Shane, for someone that wants to learn more from you about how they can take these steps, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Best way, go to our website, www.advisorbridgeinfo.com, ADVISOR bridgeinfo.com. And that's got my number, email, and you can that's the best way to contact.
And I'm sure it has a waiting list as well for
It's getting there. So we're getting to that point. We're getting really, really busy, and just some creative stuff that a lot of advisors don't get into. I think there's a lot of things with the regulatory, like broker dealers don't allow it most of the time. I've got my own firm. I can do what I want to do pretty much. Of course, there's guidelines I have to meet, but we do that. Everything that we do is there's Regulation D mandates that we got to have in order, and so but we do everything above the board and keep everything clean. So when somebody gets interested or wants to, we even let them see the projects. We introduce everybody. They meet the builders, developers. So it's kind of like a family that we're building.
Well, and that's the best part, because the projects that you work on are all here in Texas. And so it's not just, it's the benefit of passively investing in these projects, getting the returns that you want, but it's also the ability to go and visit the projects to really get that sense of what it is you're investing your money in.
Yeah, I mean, that's key. I think, having proximity and being close so people can actually go see what they're, we even have some of the websites that we have, or some of the developers are, got different web portals so the client can see where the project's at. We have ribbon cuttings when the project starts, and then we have a party when it's over. So it's really cool, and that's why I'm trying to keep it in Texas. That's where everything's at right now, and obviously the economy here is much better than it is most other places. So why not do it here?
Yes, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Shane.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Paul.
Uh-huh.